fires burn through the Amazon rainforest, Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro wants to send in the army. Bolsonaro has denied responsibility for the crisis, but he is facing growing criticism over his rhetoric, which activists say has emboldened loggers and farmers to clear land for grazing.
The problem is that the government abandoned policies, abandoned know-how, and has an attitude of disgust toward environmental scientists and activists.
Pressure is mounting for Brazil to quell the unfolding crisis. On Thursday, a Brazilian official was heckled during his address at the Latin America and Caribbean Climate Week conference. And protests were held across Europe, with demonstrators demanding the Brazilian government protect the rainforest. Britain's new Prime Minister Boris Johnson called the fires an international crisis. Germany has backed calls to discuss the issue at the G7 summit in France this weekend. French President Emmanuel Macron accused Bolsonaro of lying about his stance on climate change. And France has threatened to block a trade deal between the EU and the South American trade bloc, which includes Brazil, unless Bolsonaro acted to protect the Amazon.
I think the President has taken a clear stance on the subject of the EU-Mercosur agreement. This agreement is based on the respect, in the part of all involved parties, of the Paris Agreement and their commitment regarding climate change. The President has made it very clear. If these commitments are not upheld, France will itself suffer the consequences of the EU-Mercosur accord.
Brazil's neighbors say they're on high alert in case the fires spread across the border. This year, there were 83% more fires in the Brazilian Amazon than at the same time last year, the worst it's been in more than a decade. Philip Powera, TRT World.